Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. I wasn't going to do another reaction today, but this video came up on my feed and it was too good to pass up on. It was too good. And it was about regretting buying 22 rental units. And I watched it and I was like, I need to do a reaction because I got this whole velocity banking thing spreadsheet set up, and I don't think this young lady knows what kind of a gold mine she's in, right? Kind of like the nurse. Remember the nurse who was like, "I'm making so much money and I'm broke." You got 22 rental units in I think it was 13 months, and you regret it. Let me just show you why you shouldn't regret it, okay? And I think she's based out of Pennsylvania, so central Pennsylvania. So that is, I think, considered to be a cash flow market. But let's go ahead and watch it and react. So let's go ahead and do that.
As a marketing consultant, there's
Hold
no
on, let me skip this part. I don't need to know about honey, but let's go ahead.
rental units and only bought 22 rental units in only 18 months, and now I regret it. Just to show you, here's a 2-unit property I own. Here's another one that's a 6-unit apartment building. And here's another one. And here's another one. And there's even more properties, but I'm done driving around wasting my gas, and I feel you guys understand. I thought owning rental properties would be a great source of income, but boy, was I wrong. Most real estate investors teach about buying rental properties, rehabbing them, renting them out to tenants, and then refinancing them with a bank just to only cash flow $300 per month.
And if you didn't know, that's actually if things go well, right? So cash flowing $300 a month with most rental properties is incredibly hard. But let's just keep going.
That $300 per month may sound like a small amount, but when you have a lot of units, that amount adds up. For the 22 units that I own with my business partner, we roughly cash flow on an average of $600 per month, and that's per unit. And
Ooh, did you hear that? $600 per month per unit. So she's killing it. So I don't understand where this regret part is coming from, but let's just keep listening.
on a monthly basis, that comes to $13,200. And on an annual basis, each year, that comes to $158,400. And that's a big cash flow amount just for only owning 22 units. Now that we talked about the money side of things, you're probably thinking to yourself, Stephanie, why on earth would you regret buying all these properties and wanting to sell them if you're making well over 6 figures with them? Well, because I'm here to tell you the dark side of owning rental properties that the other real estate gurus won't.
Okay, so when she says dark side, I honestly cannot see it. It's kind of like the nurse is like, what are you talking about? You're not broke. There is no dark side. Do the velocity banking thing. Again, I'm not giving her advice, but if she happens to be debt free relatively quickly, um, she can either be one of two things. And again, she doesn't have to be anyone. It's her free will. Either my sugar mama or member of the cult. But let's just keep going.
Won't tell you. I honestly thought that as we buy more rental properties that I would make more money. And as we continue to buy more, I just became more broke. So owning 22 rental properties looks great on social media, but in real life, it sucks. And the 6 figures that you see that we make from all these properties isn't really 6 figures, because as you buy more and you scale, more of that money of that cash flow that you make just goes into buying more properties. And not only that, you have to remember you're dealing with properties and things happen. So a roof could go out, an HVAC system could go out, windows could need to be replaced, and those are some pricey items. And that starts to add up. Look, think about it. Let's say you own a single family house and you decide to rent it out and you cash flow $400 per month. That's great. That's above average because typical investors look to cash flow roughly $200 a month. So you're making $400 a month just from this one property. Now, let's say your roof goes out, and to buy a new roof, that costs $5,000.
Let me stop that. I feel like $5,000 is a very cheap roof, especially if it's new. My roof costs 10 grand, but let's just keep going.
All your cash flow of that $400 per month is completely wiped out just because of that one thing, just because you have to pay for that roof. Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, whether that's buying rental properties or not. I'm just here to tell you what my journey is and the ups and downs that have come along with it, just so it can help you along the way. Because at the end of the day, we all know that there are pros to rental properties and there are also cons to rental properties. Throughout us buying all these rental properties within an 18-month time frame, I quickly realized that we were becoming equity rich, but cash poor.
Okay, but the reason why you're becoming cash poor is because you're not paying off your debt. And so when you think you have, 200 to 600 months of cash flow, that's actually not cash flow because you probably didn't account for vacancies and expenses and the roof and all that going. Yeah, you have to. I never assumed that I'm going to cash flow on a rental property until the debt is paid off, and even then, I'm like, I don't really need the money." You know what I mean? But let's just keep going.
And having a lot of equity is great, but equity does not put gas in my tank for me to be able to drive to the office and drive to appointments. I don't like living a life having to constantly check if my bank account is in the negatives or not. I just got tired of it, honestly. And with you being equity rich and cash poor and not having enough in your bank account, you have to think of those things like, are you gonna have enough money for food? Are you gonna have enough money to have gas? Are you gonna have enough money for just the regular bills in your life? And that's where I just got over it. I was just tired of living a life like that and just came to this realization where I just regret building and scaling this fast.
If I handed you a one.
Hold on. Let's skip this advertisement.
To know that when you are dealing with rental properties, you need another source of income just to help you sustain. Because as I just said, you will be equity rich and cash poor if you do it this way and just build and scale so fast. So that other source of income that we took into consideration was wholesale deals. But unfortunately for us, our wholesale deals were very, very inconsistent. So we weren't making really any money from that. It was just the money from our cash flow. But you gotta think about it, for us, there were some things that did need repaired. And when we had no money coming from wholesale deals, then we would use our cash flow money. But when we were low and didn't even have cash flow money to use that, then we would have to come out of our own pocket. And guys, remember I told you being cash poor and not having any money in the bank account? You're probably wondering, like, how are you gonna pay for repairs if you have no money from your personal pocket? Well, the bad thing we done that I don't recommend is we just put it on credit card.
Ooh, credit cards and lines of credit. Are you sure you don't want to use that? Because I think I might use it. Let's just keep going.
And that's where you get into a hole. And that's why I'm making this video, because I don't want you guys to be in the same position that I'm in. I want you guys to learn the lessons, learn the mistakes that I have made so that you don't have to make those same mistakes. So just remember, if you do want to build a rental portfolio, make sure you also have another source of income just coming in, because if you don't, you may end up real broke. Now, I want to talk about self-managing your rental properties, because for us, that is what we did to save money. And to be honest with you guys, I honestly don't mind it. As long as you have your proper systems and processes in place, then it's more so of a piece of cake. And what I recommend you guys do, if you are buying these rental properties, make sure you're fully fixing them up, just so you're not getting calls in the middle of the night of tenants saying, oh, my toilet's broken, where if you just get a brand new toilet, then you're less likely to have that issue. So just repair your properties up from the jump instead of having someone move in right away. And make sure you have your right, proper systems and processes in place. Now, I want to get back into the money side of things, because that's the main reason people truly buy rental properties, is to have that, financial freedom. But I want to take a second to dive deeper on mortgages. And with you seeing that $300 per month in cash flow, that's not because your utility bills are so high. It's honestly because your mortgage is so high with your principal and interest payments. And I want to give you guys an example. For this 2-unit property that we own, that you guys have seen, the upstairs unit is renting for $1,300 a month, and the downstairs unit is renting for $1,100 a month. Now,
Okay, so let me pause there. So this upstairs 13 and downstairs is 2,400 a month. Okay, so
the
just remember that.
downstairs unit is renting for $1,100 a month. Now, for the mortgage on that property, it is roughly $1,300.
Okay, so the mortgage is $1,300 a month. Now, the reason why I say, remember this is because I actually made a spreadsheet where I'm just assuming all the properties are the same, right? $200,000 mortgage, 7% interest, 2,400 in income per each property. And then this is the mortgage amount. So it's very close, 1,300 a month. Okay. Now we're assuming, and again, I feel like the reason she's over or under stating her expenses, why, which is why she thought like, oh, I have $600 of cash flow when you really don't. But if you really want to calculate it, it's income minus expenses minus your mortgage payment is your cash flow, and this is actually about $600 a month. So that's probably why she's like surprised because she's not actually calculating, or I don't think she's calculating the cash flow correctly. Now, let's just assume this is correct. We're going to do the math today with the 22 properties, okay? And I'm going to pull out the Velocity Banking Calculator and figure out how can we just easily multiply the cash flow just by paying off the debt. But let's just keep watching the video.
A month. So that upstairs unit already covers that mortgage, which is amazing. But we still do have utility bill payments on that. So we still cash flow a good amount on that, roughly around the $600 per unit. But still, we have expenses no matter what. But I want you guys to realize that $1,300 from the mortgage payment, that is the principal and interest, which just that part alone consists of $900. And then we have our taxes and insurance, which that's all included within the $1,300 a month. But think about it. That's a big chunk that is coming out of our cash flow.
Hold on. If it's $900 a month, then I got to redo my math, don't I? Interesting. We'll say, how much is $900 a month for P&I? What? Okay. Let's do this. And I'm assuming 7%, right? So if this is the case, and then now I just got to kind of do some basic math, all right? So let me go ahead and revise my numbers. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I don't know her exact numbers, but I've just kind of redone my math. And assuming, again, there are certain areas of the country where the properties are really cheap, so they don't appreciate, but they had a lot of cash flow. So I was assuming, oh, $200,000 balance. But I think even Pennsylvania, certain areas of Pennsylvania have really, really cheap properties, right? Kind of like the Midwest. And so I'll just assume 135,000, increase the other expenses, and then we'll have this low semi $900 payment. But let's just keep going. Ugh, not again.
So I was dating this guy, Chris.
Like, wouldn't it be nice just to have an extra $900 per month in cash flow from just taking away that mortgage? You know, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I would like to have that extra $900 a month in cash flow. And that's where my mind's at. Like, I'm done worrying about scaling with no money, because I realize like it can be easily done where you can buy so many rental properties or just properties in general, whatever you want to do with them, whether that's, you know, fixing them up or keeping them as rental properties. You can do that with no money out of pocket. I mean, that's how we scaled from 0 to 22 units within 18 months. But it's honestly the riskier route if you don't have another source of income, because you slowly get into a hole and you have all these mortgage payments racked up. You have to make sure they're all getting paid, but you also want to make sure that you're getting paid and you're cash flowing as well. So after realizing all this, like I said, I'm done taking that risky route. And I want to take a different approach where I want to focus on limiting those mortgages, having a consistent income, and having a good amount of money in reserves. Because to be honest with you, I'd rather own 30 properties that are 100% paid off than 100 properties that have mortgages on them and only cash flow $300 a door. Because you guys have to remember, it's not about what looks good on social media. And it's not about how much you gross per month. It comes down to truly how much you net per month and how much money is coming into your pocket. And now I know this was a quick video, but I didn't want to waste any time just to get my point across so you guys can see the real truth about rental properties. And just know that it's always good to reevaluate your goals just to see where God is truly leading you to go. Because to be honest with you guys, my goals from the jump was to hit 100 units in a quick time frame. But now, after experiencing everything that I've gone through within this 18-month time frame, I realized it was time to reevaluate my goals and take a step back and see where God wanted me to go. But I hope this video gave you some insight on the real truth about rental properties. And if it did, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Stefanie. You have a gold mine. You're like the nurse who made a lot of money and don't realize why you're broke. And the reason why you're broke is because you're segregating your income. So let's go ahead and do this, okay? And actually, this should be 135K. Okay, so this makes my life a lot easier. But we have 22 rental properties. We'll assume 135,000 each. That'll be the property amount, and we're just gonna use her ballpark numbers. And I'm just like looking at this, like, what are you doing? You're segregating your income, girl. You need to join the velocity banking cult. That's what you need to do. And then you don't even need to make more get more rental properties, I think. I don't know. But let's go ahead and do the velocity banking calculator. So I'm just gonna put all this numbers in, right? And again, if you got all that income coming in, I'm pretty sure there's a bank that's gonna give you a huge line of credit to help you manage your expenses. And when you said, I don't want to put it on your credit card, I'd be like, are you insane? I'm going to put everything on the credit card. I'm going to put, I'm going to chunk down your mortgages and get the cash flow. And let's go ahead and do that. So let's just put in the numbers here. So let's start off with property one, assuming that we just got the 22 properties today, right? So I'm totally blown away about all of this. Okay. So let's do this. This is gonna be 135,000. 135,000. What's the PI? It's 898.16. And then what's the okay, so let's just do this. We'll use a $60,000 chunk amount. Okay. It should, if you have this much income, it should not be hard to get a huge line of credit. I don't think it would, to be honest, but we'll see. So $60,000 chunk amount. And actually, let me put in the accurate income. 52. So assuming that these are all 2,400 income on average. So 22 properties, that's going to be 52,800. 52,800 in our income. And our expenses is everything except for the loan we're trying to pay off. So this is going to be 898.16. So this number, okay, minus 898.16. So let me go ahead and figure out, hold on one second. Actually, it would, if the number I'm going to put in expenses is just these two numbers, right? So let me put in VB expenses. I don't know even, I don't even know what to say. I'm like, girl, you're in a gold mine. What are you doing? You're like the nurse. You think dark side of rental properties? It's because you're segregating your income. And this, folks, this is why like this velocity banking stuff is so useful. People don't even know what's going on. So this is D27 plus H27 minus 898.16, right? So it's just the number of, okay. So we only have one mortgage we're paying off. So the expenses is, let me up this up. All right. 38107.8. So 38107.8. Let's see this. What? We paid off this property in 0.6 years. Okay, I'll do this. What okay. So what's 0.6? So property let me pay I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm not making fun of her, but I'm gonna put a lol in the thumbnail because it's like dark side of rental properties. Oh my goodness, so much cash flow. And I'm like, dude, just do the VB strategy. You'll be fine. You're like retired by tomorrow. Okay, pay off time. And we just have to do the number of months, right? So what's 0.6 times 12, right? So that's 7.2 months. And then actually I could probably just do it here in the current month. Okay, so let's just do this. We'll say 8, okay? So 8 months. And so now this is 0, and then this property is at month 8. So we just kind of do the same thing, right? So now we just copy and paste this number, right? Okay. And then we just kind of do this, okay? So this number 38,000, we just now subtract minus 898.16 times the number of properties. Yeah, times the number of properties we paid off. Okay. And so we do that. And then, so now what's the next one? It's 0.6 months, literally. So this is going to be month 16, right? So month 6, let me just do that. So it's months, 8 months, because it's 0.6 times, is 0.6 times 12 8 months? All right, we'll say 16 months, okay? So now this is 0, and then the current month of this is 16. So now we have 2 rental properties paid off, okay? All right, so now, since this is 2 paid off, okay, now we just do this, and we put 133,149.86, okay, whoopsie. All right, hold on. Okay, and then how many, so now, yeah, we got two rental properties pay off, 1, 2, right? And so now how long does it take to pay this one off? Well, another 0.6 months, so that's cool, right? And so, yeah, so that's gonna be 8 times 8 times 8, so that's 24. Okay, so now this is gonna be another, right? This is now 3, okay? And so now we're this is just gonna be a copy and paste game. It really is. And hold on. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. All right. 0.5. So now it's 6 months. So this is gonna be 30 months, right? So now this is 0. Okay, so now how many do we have paid off? We have 4 rental properties paid off. So now this one is becoming 4. Okay, and then now we just do this right here. So we put the 131 right here. You see how easy this is? Oh my goodness. Like, 131,383.54. 131,383.54. And then this one is in 6 months. So we'll just add 36 right here. Okay. And let me just do this. Okay. So to make this easy. And so now, okay. So now in month, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rental properties. Yeah, 5. Okay, and then now what's our mortgage? 130,581.4. So 130,581.4, and then this is another 6 months, so it's 42, right? So this is now 0. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Oh man, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we got 6 properties paid off. So that decreases our expenses right here. Okay, and then now let's do this one more time. And so now it's 129,750.77, 129,750.77, and then this is another 6 months it gets paid off, 48. Okay, so now we have 7 properties literally paid off in, what's 48 divided by 12? 4 years? Okay, right. So now let's just keep going. And so 128,890.64. 128,890.64. And I want to make sure that I did this right. So how many properties? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is, I gotta just multiply it by 7. Okay. So 0.5 years, so it's just another 6 months, right? So 48 plus 6 is 54. Okay, and then so now this is 0. So now I just gotta increase this number. So 8 paid off rental properties, and then let's just keep going. 127,999.96. 127,999.96. Another 6 months, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. This is going to be 60, right? And so now we'll just do this again. So we'll add another paid off rental property here, multiply by 9, and then 127,077.65, 127,077.65, and that's another 6 months. All right, 66. Okay, and so we'll just add another. So that's 10 paid off rental properties. Okay, so now let's just do it one more time. So what's our current here? 126,122.58, 126.122.58. 0.5 is another 6 months, so that's 72. Okay, so now this is 0, so that's going to be another one. So that's going to be 11 paid off properties. And you see how boring this is? Oh my goodness. Okay, so 126,122.58, and then 125,133.6, 125,133.6. It's another 6 months. So that's 78. Okay, and then this is 0. And let me just add this one. Hold on, did I screw up? It says 1. I think I screwed up. Yeah, I should put 11. My bad. Okay, so let's just do this right here. So hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I probably screwed up. So this is the one where I screwed up. 125,133.6. 125,133.6. Still 6 months. Okay, so now, so 11 properties paid off, and then this is going to be, wait, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so now it's going to be 78. All right, so let's do 78. So okay, well, I probably screwed up, but it's okay. Let's just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 properties paid off, right? So 12 properties paid off here. So I got to increase this number. And then now what's my current balance? 124,109.49. 124,109.49. Okay. Now it's 0.4. Look at that. So how much is 0.4? So 0.4 times 12, that's about five months now. Okay, so what's 78 plus 5? So we'll do this equals 78 plus 5. So it's 83 months. Okay, so now let's just add one more to the list of properties that we did. So this is now 13, I believe. And then, and this one's going to be 123,228.34, 123,228.34. That's another 0.4 months, and so that's going to be another 5 months, right? So it's 83 plus 5, right? So that's going to be 88. And so now we add another one on our list, 14. 7 more to go. Okay. So now 122,321.18, 122,321.18. And that's another 0.4 months. Okay, so it's just one more. So we add another 5 here. So plus 5, right? And then so now this is 0, and then we just do it again and again and again. So now this is 15. 15. And so now 121,387.26, 121,387.26. So that's going to be another 5 months. Ancient Chinese secret. All right. Okay. So now, so 120,425.78, 120,425.78. Okay. And that's another 0.4 months. Okay. 0.4 months. So just add another 5 here. And I just want to make sure I got this correct. So how many do we have left? We got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 left. Is that right? No, we probably screwed up somewhere. Okay. Did I really screw up? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, 17. Well, I really screwed up. All right, let's just do this. I'll start off correct number. It's still 0.4. Okay, that's good. All right, 17. And then now 119,435.92. 119,435.92. It's another 0.4. So now just add this one. So this is now 18. This is now another 5, right? Okay. And even if the math is wrong, this is going to be so ridiculous anyways, because I'll probably have, all right, never mind. All right, so let's just do here, 118,416.86, 118,416.86, 416.86, okay, and yeah, another 0.4 months right here. So let's go ahead and do that right here. So plus 5. So 0. And then now we only have 3 more properties left. So this is going to be, okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 properties paid off. Okay, so now this is 19, right? Ooh, okay, now it's 0.3 months. Okay, so now let's just put this in. 117,367.12, 117,367.12, 0.3 years. So how much is 0.3? For about 4 months, so 113 plus 4, 117. So we get this one is gone, and then now we subtract another property, 20, okay? And let's now put in the new mortgage, 116,506.17, 6.17, 0.3, okay, awesome. And now we're at month, I'm gonna add 4 months. So this is 0, and then this is our very last one, 21 properties, okay? And we're just gonna put this right here. This is gonna be 115,624.33. 115,624.33. And wait a minute. Oh, I put 22, not 22. I was like, what's going on? Why is it 0.5? And then 0.3 months. All right. So now this is all going to be paid off in a total of 121 plus another 4 months. How much is 125 months? So let's just do this. 125. Let me calculate this. So it's 125 divided by 12. In 10 years, which is not bad. 10 years. So 10.4 years, you're debt free. Okay. And so now this is all gone. So what's our actual cash flow, right? Because we just have to do this. Our actual cash flow is, well, now we assume this is 0, and our cash flow is going to be 32 grand a month. 32 grand a month after about 10 years. Pretty good, right? Like, you're sitting on a gold mine. And it only took you 10 years to pay off 22 properties. 22 properties. So on average, it's like 0.5 years per property, right? And hopefully I did the math right. But you kind of see, so 125 divided by 22, let me just do the math. So 125 divided by 22. Yeah, about 6 months per property. 6 months. 32 grand. Ugh, I can't breathe. Like 32 grand. And she doesn't know what kind of a gold mine she's sitting on. And she wrote what's that it's like the dark side of rental properties. And I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Oh my goodness. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just like, girl, you're on a gold mine, just like the nurse, but you're doing way better than the nurse and you think you're broke. Like, am I the only one thinking this? I cannot be the only one thinking this, right? So if anybody wants to pass this video on to Stephanie and have her join the Velocity Banking call, feel free to do so. But 32 grand in cash flow in 10 years, and it takes half a year to pay off a property. Wah, wah. And let's just check how much interest we pay too. So the interest, oh, well, this is not going to be accurate because we were calculating. Uh, okay, it's going to be a little bit. All right, so let me just sum up the interest that we pay of all the properties. Approximately 1 million. Is that right? N3 to N23. Interesting. I have a feeling that this kind of may be wrong. Or maybe I just did something. Yeah, I think I did something wrong, but I may be wrong about that. Actually, now I'm curious. Let me look at a loan amortization schedule. Loan amortization calculator. Hopefully I didn't do the calculator wrong with the interest portion. So 30 and 7 and then 135,000. I just want to quickly calculate now that I'm curious. So let's say in 125 or 121 payments, is the interest really 89 grand? 121. Well, I believe it if the total is about 10 years. Okay. Okay. I think that makes sense then. 121. So that's about 10 years, right? So 10 years, you paid about, okay, that makes sense. Wow, you paid $1 million. $1 million in interest for that throughout, I mean, 22 properties, but how much are you now cash flowing? 32 grand. Okay, 32 grand. All right, well, that's it for today. I might do a little bit more digging into math, but again, all gone after 10 years. And if you just segregate your income, then the banks will eat up all your money with the interest payments, right? Okay, well, that's it for today. So I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. Have a great day, and we'll speak next time.